All right. All right, all right, all right. We got a cool
Hello.
show for you guys tonight. I believe we do. Pretty cool
We're gonna try.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Who have we got here with us today? Oh man, I don't want to be all big and shit. There we go. So how you doing, Sir Mecca McCheese?
I'm good, man. Really good. I'm a little worried about our friend with the Bigfoot problem, but aside from that, it's been a good week. I
Yeah,
have to go on vacation, so I'm gonna do some of my own stuff on YouTube coming up soon. Maybe some comics stuff, maybe some writing, maybe some complaining. But overall, definitely enjoying being back on the tube.
Nice.
yeah, definitely, sir.
Tube.
I kind of feel like Sherlock Holmes with this pipe, like
Yeah.
indubitably.
And he's got quite the assortment going on over there, too.
Yeah, like I got this pipe over here for when I like smoking out of that. I just cleaned that one. This one's a bit dirty. I ain't cleaned it yet. And I got this one over here. And then I got my dab rig right here, which I got different pieces for that. So it's like, uh, yeah. So that's like a transformer of a bong. 'Cause there's different methods I can use to smoke my stuff out of that.
It's kind of like a mix and match.
Yeah, it is, but it's pretty cool, I
Yeah.
think.
Interchangeable.
Yeah.
Well, how's you guys' week been? Yeah, anything out of the ordinary happened to you folks?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary's happened to me, but I guess the whole country's been freaking out over a balloon.
Yeah, well, if you just say balloon, it's kind of silly and funny and all that. But to me, it kind of pissed me off because we're seeing in real time. If this was 60 years ago, this is exactly the kind of thing that could have happened at Roswell.
Yeah.
And my good friend Matt Kratz over there, huge Jamiroquai fan as well as I am. We're having to bring it up, and I started thinking about it. I go, yeah, whatever the lame excuses were back in Roswell, like they're even lamer today. Oh, it's a Chinese spy balloon, and the whole time I'm just thinking, like, why didn't we blow that piece of crap out of the sky? Like, what is going on with our government? What is going on with our country that it's like, oh no, 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 let it go, let it go. I just don't get it, man. What happened to this fucking country?
Well, why would they call it a Chinese spy balloon, though? That's what has me puzzled, because if they were trying to cover it up like that, why would they say it's a Chinese spy balloon? Because then everybody's like, shoot the fucker down. And then you got a bunch of rednecks like running outside with their own guns. And they're like, well, I'll take care of them damn fucking slant eyed motherfuckers. And, I mean, so that doesn't make a lot of sense to me for them to want people to not fuck with it, but at the same time say it's a secret Chinese surveillance balloon. Why they could have said something like it's like some kind of humanitarian thing to see how far the balloon will go. Like they
Yeah,
have that weird walking puppet.
Oh yeah, it's just I don't know. I heard it's funny to.
Or maybe there's a
It's
guy
funny.
riding in the balloon. You never know.
Well, it got blown up today, I guess. So, if there was, rest in peace.
Right. Rest
Pieces. I
in
mean,
peace.
rest in pieces, rather.
I just
Right.
don't trust my government, but I don't think it was aliens. I think aliens are a
No,
lot smarter than that.
no. Of course not. I don't think it's aliens, but I do think that it's worth thinking about how this situation has played out and how Roswell played out.
Uh, I think one was a weather balloon, supposedly.
Yeah. See, here we go with this balloon shit again.
I mean, this one was a balloon, though. Like, there's footage of it and
Yeah.
everything. So, Roswell, they just said it was a balloon when it
Yeah.
wasn't. But now they're just saying it's a balloon because it is indeed a balloon. So I just don't see the connection.
Well, my connection is like disinformation, what the government gives to us, how they're kind of like making this like not a big deal kind of thing. They could tell us whatever they want to tell us it is. Maybe it's a wag the dog thing. Maybe it wasn't Chinese, but I don't think Chinese has really bothered to deny it anyway. In fact, I heard that they were upset it got shot down. Like how are you going to send a spy balloon over to our country, violate our airspace, take pictures of our air bases, and be like, "Oh, you're assholes for shooting it down. We're gonna decide what to do next."
Because they know that we have a bunch of pussies in control that won't do jack fucking shit.
And a president with a barely functioning brain.
Yep.
You okay?
You're still muted.
Who's muted?
Skinny.
Oh,
It's just if you ever smoke, you get like these creepers. It's like vomiting for your lungs.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I thought it
actually
was
somewhat healthy for you because weed's an expectorant. One of the reasons why that happens is because it's like pulling stuff out of your lungs.
Good to know.
Yeah, because a lot of cough medicines don't necessarily help you stop coughing. What they do is they help break up what's inside of you to help you get it out when you do cough.
Mm-hmm.
Weed kind of does the same thing. It's I think they call it an expectorant.
Like Mucinex.
Yeah, like Mucinex. That's why they have it banned most of the time too. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to poop on your thing. It's just I don't see the connection beyond the word balloon being involved.
well. Look at how the government is handling the situation. They're telling us we don't really know. It could be anything. It's an unidentifiable flying object. That's the broad strokes.
Well, they're not saying it's unidentified flight. They know it's a balloon.
Yeah, but to the average eye, it's unidentified.
I don't think aliens had balloons.
They do.
No, they don't.
They blow them up and they turn them into animals.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
The aliens don't have balloons, man.
They do that.
They're in fucking saucers and like fucking tic tac shaped like shit. Like they're not gonna be like around the world in 80 days. Fucking shenanigans. Like I wonder what was in that balloon though. Like, cause like if it was Chinese, like what if they like put like some kind of fucking mutagen or some kind of virus or something in there? Like if you did shoot it down, like that's what it is. Like if you just let it go, like you're good. But if you shoot it down, uh
Would we ever get to the truth?
oh. I don't know. I'm not really too worried about it. That's a bunch of shit that's not in my control. What I do worry about is the shit that's not in my control, but I can talk to people about it. Like all these fucking cover ups about the ancient civilization. The more shit I'm learning, dude, the more I'm kind of figuring out that one of the reasons why we got like Antarctica locked off is because there were ancient civilizations on there. And they don't want us to know that we're older than we are because they are reverse engineering old tech. And they don't want us to know that for whatever reason because they want to control it, monopolize it, and everything. Because they've gone through a lot of effort to convince us that we're only 6,000 years old, man.
Well, yeah, this lines up with a lot of historical records. Anytime you start talking about like how old the Earth is and billions of years of this, billions of years of that, like why? There's no need for that.
Yeah, but we could be millions or billions of years old too. That's the thing because like our Earth has gone through these cycles where everything literally gets devastated. And even I think the Sumerians were talking about how they're like the 12th time. So
The
since
12th of what?
since the Sumerians were actually our time, then you know we're on number 12 right now. This is our 12th cycle.
12th cycle.
Yeah, because there's this doctor dude, but he was going through and decoding ancient Sumerian texts, and what it basically boiled down to was that the aliens had came down and genetically, and this is what the Sumerians are saying. This isn't what Skinny's saying, but the gist of it was that they were saying that aliens came down, genetically modified apes, and were having them harvest and mine like gold and minerals for them. And then I guess eventually they just fucked off. But that's what the Sumerians said was where we came from. And that since then, we've been going through cycles where almost mass extinction cycles, but we somehow still managed to survive.
Almost sounds like the Reapers from Mouse Effect.
It, well, no, the cycles is just a natural thing, just a natural process of the planet itself.
But yeah,
Um,
look at tree rings, for example.
yeah, but it does operate like if the Reapers weren't like a conscious force, it would if they were just a force of nature, then yeah, it would be just like the Reapers. But yeah, it's we keep going through these cycles where the because there's even that book, the Adam and Eve story, where it's talking about that our planet has been going through pole shifts through every cycle. And when that happens, great catastrophes happen because it says that when the pole shifts happen, and it happens over, I think, a period of like 6 days or something like that. It's not very long. But when the poles do shift, what happens is like the interior, like the liquid magma and everything, the core like stops. It starts spinning in the other direction, as well as like the liquid magma and stuff. But the thing is, it's like all the oceans and stuff are like spinning one way already. So basically, like the Earth kind of comes to a stop, but like all the fucking water and the wind are going to still be wanting to go the direction they were going. Essentially, the direction the planet was originally spinning, and it washes over all the continents and everything, which kind of looks like what fucking happened to Africa with Atlantis, with the fucking the Richat structure, the Eye of the Sahara. You can see the water striations all over the fucking country, man. But now everybody, every other scientist is like, ho, 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 if the polar shifts happen, things will be a little crazy, but it won't be anything apocalyptic. But we don't know.
I
That's the
mean,
weird thing, is we really don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But something has been consistently wiping out human civilizations for hundreds of thousands of years. And it might be that.
so does that mean like Christmas would be like 100 degrees and like summer would be like snow?
Well, no, like if that happened, it would, I think it would trigger another ice age, which would be a mass freezing. So even the hottest part of the planet right now, like right on the equator, would still be like 20 degrees below zero.
So we don't be dead.
Everywhere else would be much colder than that. Well, I don't think we would be dead. We're highly adaptable. We're the most adaptable species on this. There's a reason why we're the ones who survive every cycle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about. Why does it feel like we have a head start on every other fucking species on this planet, from fucking apes and everything else? And everybody's like, yeah, well, evolution takes time. Well, why the fuck do we have like fucking roads and cars and factories, and no other animal comes close to the level that we're at? And that is just fucking strange to me. And it makes
Well,
more sense if you kind of consider that maybe that we've been managing to survive like 12 of these fucking cycles that happen every, 12,000 or so years.
12 wise men's committee.
So if we were able to survive, that would explain our head start. Because when all these other fucking animals and shit get fucking wiped out, we're still going.
I don't know. I think we're so advanced, so different from animal life on this planet that calling human beings animals is just fucking retarded.
It is really
There-
strange though, like because you look at like on like the food chain level, like, power and ferocity. There's steps. There's levels. Like this animal is just a little bit stronger than this other one, but then you got this one that's just stronger than that one. And there's levels, there's steps. But like with
Mm-hmm.
intelligence, as far as life on Earth with intelligence, there's like one, two, three, and then you don't have a step. You literally have a fucking cliff face. And then there's us. Like, where is everything from there to like here? Because, like, yeah, like octopuses are way fucking smart, and so are dolphins. I'm not saying those aren't, but dolphins aren't building underground fucking structures, and neither
that
are
we know of.
octopuses.
Well, there's people that talk about octopuses and stuff. Like if you're gonna make a case for alien life living on this planet, and you said octopuses, I would be inclined to give you the time of day to listen to what you had to say.
But no, but even those two examples, we are still so far above them that it doesn't make any sense. Like, where are all the other steps in every other fucking way you can categorize life on the planet? You can see all these different fucking steps, except when you look at intelligence. And it's just strange to me. Makes me think about weird things, but I like thinking that we're a lot older. Like, maybe
Yeah.
I'll live to see this great cataclysm. I mean, we all die anyways. That would be a cool way to die.
Right.
Like,
That's one of my deepest fears is a communal death.
a communal death?
Yeah, a mass death, like dying with like everyone else on the planet. Like that movie Don't Look Up came out, I just couldn't watch it.
See, I'm not bothered by that because then it's like everybody dies. Like, who would wanna live after everybody dies? Like, you know, you're gonna have to like scrounge for porn. And yeah, eventually the hand just doesn't cut it. Like, maybe you'll find one of those Japanese fuck machines or something to keep you busy. But like, that's gonna break in like 100,000 years. What then? Where are your
I don't
kids
know.
gonna fuck? Where are you gonna get kids from either? Like, that would be crazy. I don't know. Like, I think like, you know, I think that would be the craziest and the coolest way to go though, is to be a part of that civilization that gets that mass extinction event that hits like the Atlanteans. Because I mean, dying any other way is kind of cool, Like there's other cool ways to die, I suppose, and there's other really cool ways to die, but like entire global catastrophe, like it's hard to top that one. Like if
Yeah.
there's an afterlife, you're gonna have like really good fucking bragging rights. You're like, I got killed by the fucking apocalypse. Like, everybody else is going to be like, I got hit by a heart attack. You're going to be like, I got hit by the ocean. And I don't know. I think that would be a cool way to go. I think it would be pretty quick too. I don't think we'd survive very long.
I don't think we would either.
I'd much rather that than like getting hit by some old lady or something like that. I mean, we're going to die regardless. So you got to think about it like on a scale of coolness. And apocalypse is definitely at the top of the cool chart.
At least yours.
Yeah, at least mine.
Maybe not mechas.
I don't know.
What would be the
It's
coolest way you think would be to go out? Like that you think people would admire or whatever. Like that would
fist
give
fight
you
with a
the
bear.
most satisfaction.
Fist fight with a bear.
So you're
Hmm.
you're afraid of global extinction, but you're not afraid of getting raped to death by a bear.
Oh no, I'd fuck a bear up.
I mean, yeah, for a little bit, but no.
He would open my stomach up, and then I would just like rip his throat out, and
You would
we'd die
choke them
together.
with your own intestines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "Damn, that dude went hard."
And then you just pack all your shit back in and then just stroll away.
Yeah, and then I'll go, "Give me a cigarette, kid."
Ew.
And then I'd have a puff, and then fall over.
You accidentally put the lighter in your fucking guts.
Yeah,
Oh
She
shit, I
needs
thought that
Ziploc.
was my pocket.
walk it like I pocket.
I don't know, man. Could you put a pocket in your body?
What about like a pocket universe?
Well, no, like legit, like a pocket. Like, could you ask like a surgeon to like put in like a fucking Ziploc compartment, like somewhere on your body where your skin just kind of opens up and there's just a little bit of a cavity where you got like a little,
You could put your weed in there.
like a puppet. It kind of like makes me tingly inside and not in a good way. I'm like, my guts are squirming thinking about it. They're like, no, this is a bad idea, Skinny. Don't give people ideas. But like, what if
Yeah.
you
What
have a
if?
little flesh pocket?
Oh no. That no.
Like, would you have a zipper on it? Or would
I
you have like
would
Velcro
personally. I would personally probably have a zipper,
or a button?
a button. No. Like a zipper. I think it'd be more secure. You wouldn't want it just kind of flopping open. So,
What about those little magnets? And it just
yeah.
clicks together. Like, it's like right here where your kidney would be.
Oh.
You gotta sacrifice like half a kidney for the pocket. Would you do that, Mecca?
Hell yeah.
You want a kidney flesh pocket?
Yeah.
Ah, cool deal. We'll get it. We'll get going. I'll get Elon on the phone. I'll be
Okay.
like, bro, I got the perfect thing to go along with your fucking brain chips, man. Fucking flesh pockets.
Do you think vampires are aliens?
I was, yeah, it's possible.
I think so.
Um, I was actually reading. Sorry, but there's a connection to vampires and angels.
Really?
Yeah, that there are some connections where they say that vampires were actually fallen angels. And the
Yeah, I can buy
reason
that.
why that they would drink blood is because we all have God. God exists within all of us. So they would drink our blood to try to get that essence of God because they thirst for it. And it kind of like, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, I never thought about vampires like that.
Yeah.
Kind of has the cross thing making sense there. And then I saw this one short. I don't think, let me see if I can find it. Oh, Doug sent me a message. Well, Doug fell asleep. We're still going. Unless he just went back to sleep, which he might have. It's entirely possible. Ooh, that's a nice set of tits. Alrighty, let's see here. History. What was that? One short.
Jeez. You good?
Goodness.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just abducted, actually.
Oh.
I've been abducted over 60 times since I was 16 years old.
Hmm.
And every time I'm abducted, I go fight a war for aliens.
Interesting.
Yes. The aliens and myself fight an opposing race called the Dracos. They're like half man, half dragon looking things.
Hmm.
4 hours here is 4 hours on one of their planets.
So time is pretty
Irrelative.
equal. Because
Yeah, 4 hours
4 hours.
here, 4 hours on an alien planet. Yeah, so
Yeah.
people don't realize I've been gone that long.
Oh, okay.
Goodness. I'm trying to find this short real quick.
Did you ever read the Zechariah Sitchin books? It's called The 12th Planet. It's wild. In this book, what he's done is he's decoded the ancient Sumerian. That's the oldest one. Yeah. He believes that it's a detail of us being visited by another race from another planet, and that they come here when they genetically engineer lower primates, and then they create. Yes, this is essentially like a giant ant farm. Holy shit! Can you imagine that first fucking monkey, like in some weird floating pyramid tied to a table, with like beings around him? Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
If you went to somewhere in like 1985 and paid some aliens for 2 to 5 $10 a pop,
that's not it. Fuck off. Where the hell is it? I may have passed it. I don't know.
we have the knowledge of everything in creation encoded in our DNA. We're just accessing it in small bite-sized chunks. And it seems that these ancient beings, these either bird-headed beings or meat beings, use these cone-shaped tools and other techniques to manipulate our pineal gland and manipulate our DNA. And they probably use silent frequency to do that. But what's important is to look at it. So you've got a pine cone-shaped tool in his hand, and that weird wristwatch that has got these 12 code shapes pointing at the center. It's not just accidental. Everything's got a reason why it's there. This wristwatch with those 12 codes pointing at the middle shows us that they weren't only controlling our thoughts and our minds with sound and frequency and magnetics in ancient times.
I can't find it. I'm going pretty far back though. Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Let's see here. All right. Well, is it not here now? Okay, here it is. All right.
He
This is a really interesting one. So I'm sorry for the wait, but it'll be worth. It'll be worth it, man. I promise you that.
Or else.
All right. Here we go. All right. You ready for this?
The result is astonishing.
What is this book called?
It's called Blindsight, that book, but the book isn't about that. It's this one character that I zeroed in on, which now he and I are working on, which is this idea where basically he thinks that if you look at something like lions in the wild, right?
Right.
Lions they're outnumbered by their prey, like, you know, whether it's 10 to 1 or 100 to 1. There's far fewer lions than there are gazelles, right? So the lions also have a disproportionate amount of sort of intelligence and logic compared to a gazelle, because they're the predator that hunts this predated animal. So he took that philosophy and created a branch off of sort of hominid upper primates that would be 10 times more intelligent than a human, that would keep the human numbers in check. Right. And it's crazy. And
boy.
it only needs a certain enzyme that humans have in their blood. So it's not like the classic thing of vampires drinking tons of blood. It's just going after one enzyme. So it could actually just drink a little bit of blood and get what it needs that's only created by human beings, and then the rest of its diet could be like a normal diet, right? But the thing that he wrote that is the most incredible part of it is he's got this thing called the crucifix glitch, which is it's so intelligent, and it can hold, like the way that you're conscious or I'm conscious now, it can hold 2 or 3 or 4 versions of consciousnesses like that in its head at any given moment. So it can look at topics from multiple real points of view. And what it does is it basically goes into hibernation like a vampire. It lets the human population build up. And then when it comes out of hibernation, over a few generations, its existence may have been turned into myth or something. And then it hunts the population down again, right? So this is the thing he came up with. Because its brain structure is so different, and because it's such an excellent predator, and it's completely sociopathic, because as you would need to be if you're chewing on something, right? It's just a total. It's basically like a serial killer on steroids that like we've never seen. It's like mixing a serial killer with a particle physicist like Einstein. But he came up with this thing where its visual cortex is different to a human, and it calculates like horizontal and vertical simultaneously to look. It's like a pattern recognition system for hunting, and up until only a few thousand years ago, there were no right angles in nature. Nature was nature. But humans started building, Euclidean geometry buildings, like Greek Parthenons and stuff. And that caused an overlap in its visual cortex that looks like a right angle. And it sent the vampires into grand mal epileptic seizures. So we misinterpreted that as holding up crosses. Right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought that was pretty cool.
What was he saying about keeping things in check?
Keeping
Like
the
there's an
population in check.
Due to an enzyme, he said?
Yeah, he was saying that they needed an enzyme that only we produce.
Huh.
I want to get to that one part again.
Thing where its visual cortex is different to a human, and it calculates like horizontal and vertical simultaneously to look. It's like a pattern recognition system for hunting. And up until only a few thousand years ago, there were no right angles in nature. Nature was nature. But humans started building, Euclidean geometry buildings, like Greek Parthenons and stuff. And that caused an overlap in its visual cortex that looks like a right angle, and it sent the vampires into grand mal epileptic seizures. So
That look right there. I just want to We're just gonna have that right there. It's just Joe's just looking really intense about what we're talking about.
I love Joe Rogan's like reactions to things.
Oh yeah, man. Like I don't know. I like his show. I don't think he's necessarily an expert. I mean, he's got things that he knows a shit ton about, like elk hunting and stuff like that. But I like his show because he doesn't pretend like he's an expert on anything. He usually lets more of the people do a lot of more of the talking,
Hmm.
and he's just sitting there just getting blown away by all these wild stories that people come on and tell. And I like the stories that they tell too.
I wonder if he shines his head.
Yeah, I don't know, Mecca. You're like one of those guys who like you partake in the shaven head kind of thing once in a while. Do y'all like wax it or something? Like,
Oh no, that's just a shave.
is there like a process,
He just shaved his head that morning. That's all.
or is there like a lotion that you guys put on your head to like help protect like from
Barbasol.
sunburns and stuff and irritation? Because I know like when I shave my balls, like it's really irritating. Because like when those little hairs start growing in throughout the day, it starts to itch.
No, it's just a Barbasol.
Huh. So they just put
Looks really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder if he shaves his head every day.
Probably whenever he goes into the studio.
He's like, all right, I gotta shave my head. It's time to do the show. I couldn't imagine Joe Rogan with hair, but I remember Joe Rogan with hair. And I feel like he was just wearing a toupee back then.
Probably.
What's up with like guys like they get like a receding hairline or just a little bit of a bald spot and they all decide that they just want to go full bald? Like, is there not a middle ground?
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
There you go. See, you got like the cool monk bald spot though. I mean, I wouldn't even think that's a bad thing.
I
It's
look like a
kinda
Gregorian monk.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the monks, you know, usually most games, like, I'll choose the monk class. So, a monk rounds, you know, you can't have monkeys without monks. And Monk's a pretty awesome TV show, too.
Yeah.
So, what did you have, Mecca,
For what?
for a story?
Oh, I just wanted to talk about the balloon.
Oh, just the balloon?
Yeah, I think it's a great case. Look, obviously, it's probably not that interesting, but I would encourage anyone who's interested in this balloon story to think about it, how it would have played out 60 years ago, how the government's not handling it all that differently from Roswell, and that they can just tell us what it is. They can tell us that it's just a Chinese spy balloon. They don't really know what's going on with it. We're not going to get any details on the black box, just like we're not going to get any details
Does a balloon even
on
have a black box?
anything in the sky. Does really.
Oh,
But we'll
I
never
mean,
know.
I never
never
put a
know.
black box in any of the bullfrogs that I sent to space.
And we'll never know about Antarctica either. They can just
Yeah.
tell us, no, there's nothing out there.
Maybe
I think
the
we're
bullfrogs went to Antarctica.
yeah. Maybe the Earth is flat.
I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know. I feel like we are being lied to a lot.
We're being lied to every fucking day.
I do feel
I'm
that.
tired of it. I hate it.
And I don't know if it's we're being lied to necessarily as a great conspiracy to cover things up, or if it's just people being too prideful and the
People being
fact
too
that
stupid.
that they've spent their whole life believing this one thing, and then like the Graham Hancock thing, like he's coming out with some evidence that's pointing to us being a lot older than what they say we are, and everybody's just like, nope, 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 because it's just if they say yes, it completely changes everything that they've ever been taught and everything that they know. It completely changes their entire fucking world.
Well, here's something to go along with that. I don't know if you've been aware of simulation theory. Something most recently probably Elon Musk has talked about. But lately, the thing that they're doing in simulations is creating black holes.
Huh.
Yeah. Here I got an article. I'll just read it a little bit.
Oh, you're not going to
Physicists.
share it?
I suppose I could. Hang on.
It's cooler when we share the article. That way we can teach our audience to read too. It's like school.
So this is just one article. I got another one after this. But physicists have purportedly created the first ever wormhole, a kind of tunnel theorized in 1935 by Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen. Einstein-Rosen bridge. You might remember that from the first Thor movie, which is the first place I ever heard of it. Bypassing into an extra dimension of space, the wormhole emerged like a hologram out of quantum bits of information, or qubits, stored in tiny superconducting circuits. By manipulating the qubits, the physicists then sent information through the wormhole. The team, led by Maria Spiropoulou of the California Institute of Technology, implemented the novel wormhole teleportation protocol using Google's quantum computer. A device called Sycamore housed at Google Quantum AI in Santa Barbara, California. With this first of its kind quantum gravity experiment on a chip, as she described it, her and her team beat a competing group of physicists who aimed to do wormhole teleportation with IBM. So, when she saw the key signature indicating the qubits were passing through the wormhole, I was shaken, she said. The experiment can be seen as evidence for the holographic principle, a sweeping hypothesis about how the two pillars of fundamental physics, quantum mechanics, and general relativity fit together. Since the 1930s, physicists have strived to reconcile these disjointed theories. One, a rule book for atoms and subatomic particles. The other, Einstein's description of how matter and energy warp the space-time fabric, generating gravity. The holographic principle, ascendant since the 90s, boasts a mathematical equivalence or duality between the two frameworks. As the bendy space-time continuum described by general relativity is really a quantum system of particles in disguise. Space-time and gravity emerge from quantum effects as a 3D hologram projects out of a 2D pattern. So thinking of our universe in 3D and 2D dimensions is pretty crazy too. And I'm sorry if I'm reading it too fast, but the new experiment confirms that these effects, the quantum effects, are something that we can control on a quantum computer, can give rise to the whole phenomenon we expect to see in relativity, that being the wormhole.
Yeah. So,
And this is all done in computer simulations. So here's another one. Scientists create black hole in lab and it started to glow. Scientists created a lab-grown black hole to begin glowing after simulating an event horizon to test the Stephen Hawking theory. A group of scientists created an analog for the black hole in a laboratory by analyzing the properties of Hawking radiation. They have done it before, however, this one is a new experiment and allowed them to see the glow in their simulated event horizon under certain conditions in the laboratory. Black holes are astronomical massive objects so dense that within a certain distance of the center of mass, no velocity in the universe can escape, not even light, speed, or matter. And what happens beyond an event horizon, this only in theory. So how simulated was pretty crazy.
And the fake black hole might confirm Stephen Hawking's
That's wild, man.
theory. Which, all right, so, and then I got this all from a guy I follow on Twitter, Jazz Shaw. He writes for Hot Air, and he talks about UFOs, stuff like that once in a while, along with political stuff. But he notes that it's the scientific community is becoming increasingly fixated on all things quantum, and it's so far over my own head that I won't even pretend to understand it all. But the bottom line for some of the laymen here is that our universe is probably a lot weirder than how it's traditionally been explained, and the fabric of reality might not be as quite as solid as we've traditionally assumed. Time and space are illusions, and he starts talking about Schrodinger's cat, which is a whole other level of. I had Schrodinger's cat explained to me once as how matter can exist in two different energy levels at the same time. I can't remember
Two
exactly how.
different states.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But yeah, I mean, they even got that quantum computer. Google does. We talked about it on one of our episodes.
I think next week I want to start talking about AI adventures. It's just amazing to me how AI was this like weird thing, and now it's becoming like a real problem. Like, look at AI art. Like, are you gonna do any AI art of Otis?
No, I keep making them mad, but every time I see an AI artist, I try to pay them with AI money, and they're not very happy. No, I'm only doing real art, folks. Um, I'm not going to shit on anybody. I use the AI art for like jokes and stuff. Like I'll get this wild zany idea for a picture. So I think there's a place for it, but I think the people who actually think that they can monetize it, I think you're being a bit silly because when everybody has access, then there's no demand. Like, who's gonna pay you to do an AI image when they can just as easily do it themselves? I mean, if you can convince people to buy it, then good for you. I give you a pat on the back and everything, touche and all of that. But I don't see it, and I'm not gonna pay somebody. I mean, yeah, I'll do AI art. Like if I could pay him like $2 an image, then yeah, sure. I'll pay him what I think the work that went into it is worth, and it's like about $2. As opposed to the actual artists that I hire that actually put hours of real legit work into stuff. Like when I hire Jeff Lastly, I get a fucking painting sent to me. So the appeal of AI art just it falls on me. I just don't understand it. It looks nice, but I wouldn't spend money on it.
Do you think there's any soul in AI art? Think
No,
we'll ever get a classic, The Killing Joke out of AI art?
no.
The Watchmen AI art version?
It's kind of sad because it's just avoiding work. What it really is it's just a bunch of people who don't want to take the time to draw or paint. And, anybody can do that. You know, some people are predisposed to do certain things, I suppose, but anybody, if you actually just sat down and taught yourself and took it seriously, and took some of these classes that are free and on YouTube and everywhere else, or go get a book on how to draw from the library. If you actually took it seriously, sat down, none of this would be an issue. But they don't want that. Everybody wants instant satisfaction. They don't want to have to work for anything. It's the same thing with the comic book shenanigans where they were going around calling folks like me crowd sellers and saying I was pre-funded by the wealthy and all kinds of other shenanigans. Like, it's just stupid shit like that, man. It's just people just want that.
Pre-funded.
i- People just want instant satisfaction. They don't want to have to work for anything. I take pride in working for stuff though. Like, that's half the fun.
Yeah.
So you
I don't know,
appreciate
man.
things more when you work for them.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any soul in it. It's
In AI art, no.
yeah,
No, of course
and it
not.
just remixes shit anyway. It's not like it can like if you didn't feed an AI anything, it wouldn't be able to draw anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just wish those people who. And the funny thing is, I think they even kept the ruling that AI art is not. You can't copyright it.
Good. Fuck that shit.
Though maybe somebody will find a way to work around it by copyrighting their books themselves and being like, yeah, well, the AI art is, that, but my writing is okay. But at the same time, there's people pushing for AI writing too. If you thought it was just art, I'm sorry to say that there's people out there using AI writing as well.
I've seen AI writing. It's not very good.
No, it's not, but the people who are using it aren't very good anyway, so it kind of fools you a little bit.
Yeah.
AI writing. Everybody's just trying to avoid work. I don't.
To me,
And it's not even that much work to avoid. Like, as far as paying for my comic book goes, I quit smoking cigarettes. I made a financial sacrifice to make sure I could do that. So, I'm not working hard or anything like that. And as
Mhm.
far as writing goes, I mean, I don't even do the scripts, man. I just draw the book, but I work out my imagination a lot. I just sit around and think of stuff, and I let my mind wander and drift, and I look at clouds outside and wonder what animals they could be, and that's the most important tool for any creator is your imagination. Everybody neglects that because they want that easy win. That's why we have so many rip-off characters these days too. Like, as original as Otis is, he puts a lot of these other books to shame because Otis isn't even ripping anything off. I can't think of anything that's. I can think of things that are somewhat similar, yeah, but a pre-existing comic that's like that, no, I can't think of anything.
to me, art is our one place for communion with the intangible. We could reach out into the nothing and pull back creation. And leaving that to a computer program,
Well,
I
art
can't settle for that.
is a
It's
form
communion.
of expression. And I don't see how an AI can express anything when they have no feelings to express.
It's disgusting.
It
And
really is. But hey, on the upside, nothing to do with AI art, but I've started shipping out Otis Stein number 2.
oh, good.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on the nudie covers, but I figure I can send everybody else's stuff out who didn't order one of those in the meantime. There's no reason for everybody to wait. Sucks for those other guys, but there's not a lot I can do about that. But I don't want to keep the other folks waiting longer than they have to. But those should be coming in soon too. So what I'm working out doing is I'll be shipping those out at the end. So by the time they do come in, I'll be towards the end, and they'll just be the last ones to go out. And then I'll be done, and then I can launch issue 3 and do all this shit over again.
Oh yeah.
And then number 4, because I'm already getting pages for that. And as much as you hate it, I'm doing those damn spoons as a stretch goal, man.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I like that idea.
He doesn't. He doesn't like the extras for some reason.
I love extras.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
Mecca, I don't do these extras because I think that, well, some of them I do think that people will want them, but my motivations are pretty selfish as far as like a lot of this stuff goes. It's more on the lines of I would really like to have this, so I'm going to sell this so I have a reason to buy it for myself. That's why I have a custom cereal bowl. That's why I'll do the lunchbox. That's why I'll do the spoons.
Mm-hmm.
I may do like a dugout or something too. That'd be pretty cool. I want stuff that I want, you know? I know some of these guys are like trying to think of things to like attract people's attention. I don't do that, man. This is all just things that I would like to have, things that I liked getting into when I was like a kid. Like especially the cereal thing, man. Like you don't even see that these days anymore on cereals. There's no real cereal clubs or anything. Like I remember like collecting box tops to send it in for cool stuff. I got some really cool stencils and stuff from Looney Tunes when I did this thing for I think it was Fruity Pebbles. I don't know. You can throw the crap away. I don't care what you do with it. Everybody else will like it. Do you know some
yeah.
kids, Mecca?
Yeah.
Give my crap to them. They'll like it.
All right.
Like, hey kids, you want some Otis Stein condoms?
Splendid. Anybody who puts those on, I'm glad they do.
Alright, let's see. Aubrey had a story here. Oh, fuck off. I don't care about that. Let's see, let's present. We don't need to share the audio. There we go. Come back over here. Boof. Alright. Cool deal. Alright, this is Aubrey's story. You gonna read it?
Yeah. A primitive writing system used by Ice Age hunter-gatherers appears to have been uncovered by an amateur archaeologist who concluded that the 20,000-year-old
Sorry.
markings were a form of lunar calendar. The research suggests cave drawings were not only a form of artistic expression but also used to record sophisticated information about the timing of animals' reproductive cycles. Ben Bacon spent countless hours trying to decode the proto writing system, which is believed to predate other equivalent record keeping systems by at least 10,000 years. He approached a team of academics with a theory. They encouraged him to pursue it, despite him being effectively a person off the street, he said. So, that's pretty cool. Cave paintings of species such as reindeer, fish, and now extinct cattle called erex and bison have been found across Europe. Alongside these images, sequences of dots and other marks have been found in more than 600 Ice Age images on cave walls and portable objects across Europe.
I wonder what a portable object is. Like, did they have like Game Boys?
Maybe like stone tablets or something.
Yeah, maybe.
By using the birth cycles of equivalent animals today as a reference point, the team deduced that the number of marks associated with Ice Age animals were a record by lunar month of when they were mating. They believed the inclusion of a Y sign and formed by adding a diverging line to another meant giving birth. We're able to show that these people who left a legacy of spectacular art in the caves of I'm not trying that also left a record of early timekeeping that would eventually become commonplace among our species.
They not have any pictures. Like, for all the talk about the drawings, they could have more than just this one picture
Yeah, that'd be nice.
of cave drawings. I'm kind of
I love
pissed
cave
off
drawings.
now. Huh. Oh. Coin studies suggests fake emperor was real. Horde once thought be a fraud appears to be genuine, indicating mysterious Roman Spartian lived. A hoard of gold coins once thought to be fakes have been authenticated by researchers who say the artifacts reveal a long lost Roman emperor. The coins bear the name and image of a shadowy historical figure. We're just going to call him Terry, whose
Terry.
existence was previously placed in doubt by experts who suggested the coins were the work of a sophisticated 18th century fraudsters. But scientific analysis has concluded that the coins are genuine 3rd century artifacts, and the researchers make the case that Emperor Terry was also the real deal. That's pretty cool. But I thought they meant like it was a mythological guy that turned out to be real, but no.
Some sinister shit in those things.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. That's interesting.
Hmm.
First cooking may have been 600,000 years earlier than thought. Whoa. See, like, that's what I don't understand. Like, they're like, we're a million years old, but, you know, we've only been, like, building shit for the past 10,000, 6,000 years.
Right.
No. That doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, so that's cool. Of opium. Okay. Oh, fuck this. Alright, Guardian. You're out of here. You've overstayed your welcome.
What's that?
Well, that was the site that we were looking at, was The Guardian.
Mhm.
Oh.
So that was Aubrey's story. I really don't have a story. I mean, I had that thing about the vampires, and I went on my one rant about us being older than they want us to believe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got. I'm out of steam, officially.
Yeah. We'll get Doug and Larry in here soon enough.
Yeah, I guess Doug said he fell asleep, and I said we're still going, and he hasn't seen the message, so I'm assuming he went back to sleep.
Probably.
He probably woke up and he's like, fuck Skinny.
Fuck this guy.
Dang on, rock on, man.
Hang on.
Right.
Dang on, dang on. That's gay that my Twitter's still on lockdown now.
You still alive?
Yeah. But, well, you want to wrap it up?
Well, folks, catch us next week. I think we're going to talk more about AI. It's really bothering me. Maybe we could do a show with Chat GPT or whatever. See, ask questions during the segment.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see here. All right. Well, yeah. We'll catch you next time. Not the same time and maybe the same channel. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I might host it next week.
It all depends.
Yes. Thanks for stopping by.